Welcome back to our channel, fellow treasure hunters, history lovers, and coin enthusiasts. Today, we bring you a coin that may be sitting unnoticed in your jar of change or even in your pocket right now but could be worth an absolute fortune. This is the 1969 Lincoln 1-cent Liberty coin from the United States of America. It's small. It's copper. It's everywhere. But within this common little coin lies a powerful and surprising truth. Some versions of the 1969 Lincoln cent are worth more than $250,000. Yes, you heard that right, over $250,000. So, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let us take you deep into the world of numismatics, into the story of a coin that has shocked collectors, defied odds, and captured imaginations for decades. This is more than a coin, it's a mystery, a masterpiece, and in some rare cases, a millionaire's treasure. The Lincoln cent has been a part of American history since 1909, the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. For the first time in U.S. coinage history, a real person, America's 16th president, was featured on a circulating coin. Fast forward to 1969. The United States was in the middle of the Vietnam War. Neil Armstrong had just walked on the moon. The counterculture was thriving. And in the midst of all this change, the humble penny still carried Lincoln's iconic profile, along with the word liberty to the left and the minting year, 1969, to the right. But here's where things get fascinating. In 1969, something happened that rocked the numismatic world. Among the billions of Lincoln cents produced that year, a few rare coins emerged with a serious and mysterious error. These were the 1969 double die obverse Lincoln cents. They were minted at the San Francisco Mint, marked with a tiny S under the year. But what sets these apart is the extreme doubling on the front, the letters in Liberty, the motto "I in God we trust," and even the date 1969 appear boldly doubled to the naked eye. These weren't just small minting flaws. These were clear, dramatic, unmistakable errors, and they were caught and removed, or so the U.S. Mint thought. Only a handful escaped into the wild. Let's talk money. The 1969 double die obverse Lincoln cent is one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in U.S. history. In high-grade condition, these coins have sold for jaw-dropping prices at public auctions. One specimen graded MS64 red by PCGS sold for $126,500. Another example graded MS66 red fetched a staggering $254,000. That's more than 3 crore Indian rupees for a single penny. Can you imagine dropping a coin like that in a vending machine by accident? But here's where it gets even more interesting. There are many counterfeit versions of the 1969 double die coin, and the U.S. Secret Service has confiscated thousands of fakes over the years. That's how valuable this coin became. It attracted counterfeiters who saw gold and copper. So how do you know if you have the real thing? Here's what to look for: a small S mint mark under the date, bold and clearly doubled letters in Liberty, Indiana God we trust, and the year 1969. No doubling on the reverse side of the coin. A smooth, brilliant copper red surface in uncirculated condition adds even more value. It's also important to know there are regular 1969 Lincoln cents without doubling, both from Philadelphia no mint mark and Denver marked with a D. These are still common today and worth about 1 to 10 cents in circulated condition, unless they're in mint state condition. Even in mint state 67, a 1969p or 1969d penny may bring only around $20 to $150, depending on color and grade. But the 1969 double die obverse, that's the dream. The Holy Grail. A true American treasure. Why is this coin so rare? It's all about the die creation process. Normally, dies used to strike coins are carefully inspected. But in 1969, one obverse die slipped through the cracks with its design elements accidentally doubled during production. The mint quickly caught the error, destroyed most of the coins, and tried to erase the mistake. But a few slipped out and found their way into circulation, undetected for years. That's what makes the 1969 double die so special. It's not just a coin, it's a survivor. Could you own one of these? Could you be sitting on a rare coin worth more than a luxury car, or even a small house? The answer is yes, if you know what to look for, if you have the patience, and maybe, just maybe, a little luck. The 1969 Lincoln 1-cent Liberty coin may look ordinary. But the truth is, there's nothing ordinary about it. In the right condition, and with the right characteristics, it becomes one of the most valuable and legendary coins in the history of American numismatics. So next time you're digging through your old change, your piggy bank, or even an inherited coin jar, take a closer look. That little copper coin with Lincoln's face. It could change your life. It could be a story, a fortune, a piece of American history in the palm of your hand. This was the story of the 1969 Lincoln 1-cent Liberty coin. A coin worth more than money. A coin worth remembering. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or if you're still looking. Who knows? The next numismatic legend could be just one coin away. Thank you for watching. And as always, happy hunting. Great fellows, again back to another thrilling journey into the hidden treasures of pocket change. Now we're unlocking the incredible story, value, and secret legacy of one tiny coin with a huge impact, the 1970-60 Lincoln 1-cent Liberty coin. You may have passed this coin by 100 times in your life, but after today's deep dive, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. Stick around till the end, because we're revealing why some of these coins have sold for up to $251, and how you might just have one sitting in your jar of change right now. Let's start with what makes this little copper coin such a marvel. The 1970-60 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver. That's what the D stands for, proudly stamped just under the date. Over 4 billion of these were minted, making it one of the most widely circulated coins of the 1970s. But here's the twist: even in a sea of billions, a few rare gems have surfaced. Coins with errors, perfect strikes, or pristine preservation have stunned collectors and auctioneers alike. 1976 wasn't just any year. It was America's bicentennial, 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. A time of pride, celebration, and patriotism. While most U.S. coins that year, like the quarter, half dollar, and dollar, received special bicentennial designs, the humble 1-cent coin kept its iconic Lincoln portrait unchanged. That consistency tells a story of respect, tradition, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln himself. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the Lincoln penny is the longest-running design in U.S. coinage history. And the 1970-60 issue continues that tradition, while quietly holding some surprising secrets. On the back, we find the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. But what's amazing is that, with a magnifying glass, you can actually see the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, one of the smallest engraved figures on any American coin. It's a reminder of the intricate craftsmanship and symbolism packed into even our smallest denominations. So what makes the 1970-60 Lincoln cent worth more than 1 cent? It's all about condition, rarity, and sometimes minting errors. Coins that have been preserved in perfect, mint state condition are incredibly rare. Most pennies have been through pockets, purses, vending machines, and countless hands. Finding a 1970-60 penny in mint state 65 or higher, especially with a strong strike and red luster, can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Now, let's talk money. Most circulated 1970-60 pennies are still only worth face value, just 1 cent. But high-grade examples, those professionally graded as MS-65 or better, can sell for $10 to $30. But here's where things get truly exciting. A 1970-60 Lincoln cent graded MS-67 red, with brilliant luster and flawless surfaces, once sold for $251 at auction. That's right. A single penny. $251. Why? Because coins of that grade are extremely rare. Fewer than a handful are known in such pristine condition. It's a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector demand. The difference between a 1-cent coin and a $251 coin lies in the tiniest of details: a clean strike, untouched surfaces, perfect edges, and deep red color preserved over nearly 50 years. That's what collectors chase. That's what turns change into treasure. But that's not all. Some 1970-60 Lincoln cents come with fascinating errors that can skyrocket their value. A double die verse, where the design is struck twice slightly offset, creates a ghost-like image. An off-center strike gives the coin a warped, unique look. Even something like a clipped planchet where a portion of the coin is missing due to a minting mishap can turn heads and drive bidding wars. When one of these coins comes up for auction, collectors get ready to battle. A perfect coin from 1976 isn't just a nostalgic keepsake. It's a piece of art. A historical artifact. A conversation starter. And for some lucky individuals, a very profitable find. If you're thinking, how do I know if I have one of these? Start by digging through your old change jars, coin albums, or even drawers. Look for a 1970 60 penny with no wear, shiny surfaces, and clear, crisp details. If it looks promising, you may want to have it professionally graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. That one move could reveal if your coin is just a cent, or worth over $250. These coins have changed lives, and they continue to surprise collectors every year. So next time you're handed a penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You could be holding history. You could be holding gold and coppers clothing. So there you have it, the story of the 1970 60 Lincoln 1-cent Liberty coin. A piece of American legacy. A sleeper treasure hiding in plain sight. And a shining example of how something so small can be worth so much more. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on the latest coin news and numismatic treasures. Drop a comment below. Do you have a 1970 60 penny? Ever found one in amazing condition? We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep your eyes on your change and your heart in the history. Could a tiny copper coin in your change jar be worth more than $200? Believe it or not, the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent coin from the United States could be your hidden treasure. Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of America's most collected and misunderstood coins, the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent Liberty penny. Get ready as we uncover its rich history, decode the secrets behind its design, and explain exactly why certain versions of this coin have sold for up to $247 or more in today's collector market. If you've got a jar full of pennies at home, this might just be the most valuable 10 minutes you'll ever spend. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most iconic and respected figures in American history. For the first time ever, a real person appeared on a U.S. coin. And that man was none other than the 16th president himself. The design was created by Victor David Brenner, featuring a bust of Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, and 2 wheat ears on the reverse. But by 1959, to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial. This version of the penny became so iconic that it lasted all the way until the year 2008. That means the 1981 penny was part of this classic memorial design era. It was also one of the last years before some major changes occurred to the metal composition of U.S. cents. Let's break down the 1981 Lincoln penny itself. On the obverse side, we have Lincoln facing right, with the words "In God We Trust" above his head. To the left, Liberty stands boldly, and the year 1981 appears on the right. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands proudly in the center, with United States of America above it, and the motto E Pluribus Unum just below. And of course, at the bottom, you'll see the denomination spelled out, 1 cent. But here's where things get interesting. In 1981, the U.S. Mint was preparing to switch from copper coins to coins made primarily of zinc. And that created a crucial distinction between copper and zinc. 1981 pennies, a difference that could make or break the value of your coin. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln cents at 3 main locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. Now here's the thing: most 1981 pennies are worth face value, unless you find something rare. And that's where we get to the exciting part: the valuable varieties, the proof coins, and the elusive $247 specimens. Here's the moment you've been waiting for. Certain 1981 Lincoln cents, especially those in pristine, uncirculated condition or with rare die varieties, have sold for eye-popping prices. For example, 1981 pennies graded MS67 red by PCGS, that's Mint State 67 with full red luster, can fetch between $85 and $247, depending on demand and visual appeal. These aren't your average coins. These are high-grade gems that collectors dream of adding to their sets. And that's not all. The 1981 S-proof coins are even more special. The U.S. Mint in San Francisco produced these with mirror-like finishes for collectors, and 2 distinct types exist: Type 1 and Type 2. Type 1 features a blob-like mint mark, while Type 2 has a much sharper S mint mark. Type 2 is the rarest and most valuable of the two. A perfect proof Type 2 penny graded PR70 Deep Cameo has sold for well over $250 at auction. Now you're probably wondering, how do you know if your 1981 penny is valuable? Start with these steps. 1. Check the mint mark. Is it blank Philadelphia, a D Denver, or an S San Francisco? Point 2. Look at the condition. Coins with no wear, shiny surfaces, and no scratches are much more valuable. Point 3. Inspect the color. Red RD coins are worth more than brown BN or red brown RB. Point 4. Use a magnifier. Check for doubling, mint mark varieties, or die cracks. Point 5. Weigh the coin. A copper coin should weigh around 3.11 grams. A zinc coin weighs just 2.5 grams. Most 1981 coins were still copper, but late year ones might be zinc, a rare transition error. As of now, here are some real market prices for the 1981 Lincoln 1 cent coin. Circulated condition 1 to 5 cents MS65 red, $10 to $1.20 MS67 red, $85 to $2.47 PR69 red. Cameo proof $20 to $1.50 PR70 Type 2 proof over $250. Depending on demand, these prices are from recent auction data and collector marketplaces, so they reflect what people are actually paying today, not just book values. Who would have thought that a single penny from 1981 could carry this much potential value, history, and intrigue? It's more than just copper, it's a piece of American heritage, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, and possibly a hidden gem in your very own pocket change. So go ahead, search your drawers, jars, and wallets, because finding the right 1981 Lincoln 1 cent Liberty coin could be like striking gold in a penny's clothing. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1981 Lincoln penny and want more amazing stories behind coins you might already own, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss another episode. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pennies bring you prosperity. Coin lovers, collectors, and treasure hunters, today's video is going to blow your mind because we're diving deep into a coin that's often overlooked, yet could be hiding a small fortune in your change jar. Yes, we're talking about the 1995 D Lincoln 1 cent Liberty coin, a humble penny that could be worth way more than just 1 cent. Some collectors have paid as much as $240 for a single coin, and in this video, we're going to tell you why. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and let's go on a journey through time, rarity, and numismatic gold. Segment 1: the legendary Lincoln cent series. Let's start at the beginning. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head penny. It was the very first United States coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected figures in American history. And the timing was no coincidence. The coin was released to mark the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin shows the iconic bust of Lincoln facing right, with the word liberty to his left and the motto "I in God we trust" above. The reverse originally featured wheat ears, but in 1959, to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday, the design was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. This design remained in circulation until 2008. That brings us to our star of the day, the 1995 D Lincoln cent, minted in Denver. Segment 2: why the 1995 DISSPCIL. Now you may be wondering, what makes a 1995 D penny so special? Great question. In 1995, the Denver Mint produced over 7 billion of these coins. That's right, billions with a B. So on the surface, this doesn't seem like a rare coin at all. But here's the twist. Even though it's common in circulation, high grade, well-struck examples are incredibly rare. Most coins got dinged, scratched, and worn down through everyday use. But a few, just a few, managed to survive in mint condition, preserved perfectly since the day they were struck. And if you're lucky enough to have one in MS68 red condition, that's mint state, full red color, with no major blemishes, you could be sitting on a coin worth up to $240 or even more depending on the market and collector demand. Segment 3: D Mint Mark and GRADING. The D on the 1995 D penny stands for the Denver Mint, one of the primary U.S. mints, located in Colorado. Mint marks are important in numismatics because they tell us where a coin was produced. And that small letter can make a big difference in value. Let's talk about condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. With 70 being a flawless specimen. A coin graded MS60 to MS63 is uncirculated but might have minor imperfections. Once you get into MS65 and above, now we're talking about coins with exceptional luster, strike, and surface quality. The MS68 Red 1995D Lincoln Cent is extremely rare. Only a handful of these coins have been certified by grading services like PCGS and NGC, and they've sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. Segment 4 Market Value TODAY. So how much is a 1995D Lincoln Cent worth in today's market? Let's break it down. Circulated coins, usually worth face value 1 cent MS60 to MS63. Typically fetch $1 to $5. MS65 Red can be worth $15 to $25. MS66 Red jumps up to $40 or $50. MS67 Red. These are highly desirable and can be worth between $80 and $120. MS68 Red. This is the jackpot. These coins can sell for $240 or more at auction. And remember, this isn't just hype. Collectors are constantly on the hunt for top-grade examples to complete their sets, and they're willing to pay top dollar for perfection. Segment 5 How to identify a valuable 1995D penny. Here's how to check if your 1995D penny might be valuable. First, check the color. The coin should have a rich red tone, known as red in grading terms. Brown or red-brown coins are less valuable. Next, look at the surface. Are there any scratches or nicks? High-value coins will have nearly flawless surfaces. Examine the strike quality. The details in Lincoln's hair and beard should be sharp. The steps of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse should be crisp and well-defined. Finally, submit the coin for grading if you think it's a top-tier specimen. A professional grade can dramatically increase its value. Segment 6 Tips for collectors thinking of getting into penny collecting or investing in Lincoln Cents. Here are some quick tips. 1. Always use gloves when handling coins to prevent oils from damaging the surface. 2. Store in protective holders like 2x2 flips, plastic capsules, or slabbed cases. 3. Avoid cleaning your coins. Even a gentle wipe can ruin the value. 4. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to examine your coins closely. 5. Track auction prices to stay informed on market trends. Segment 7 The hidden power of the penny. It's easy to overlook the smallest coin in our currency. But the Lincoln Cent isn't just a piece of copper-plated zinc, it's a slice of American history, a work of miniature art, and for those with a good eye, a hidden treasure. The 1995D 1 cent Liberty Lincoln coin is proof that value isn't always measured by size or face value. It's about condition, rarity, and the stories behind the coin. You never know, your pocket change could hold a piece worth hundreds. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the past and present of the 1995D Lincoln Cent. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on future coin deep dives. Drop a comment below. Do you have a 1995D penny in your collection? Have you ever scored a big win from a coin find? Until next time, happy hunting, and remember, every coin has a story. Will yours be worth more than a cent? Coin lovers and treasure. Now, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and often underestimated coins in your pocket change, the 1996D Lincoln 1 cent. That's right, a single penny, minted in Denver in 1996, that some collectors are valuing far above its humble 1 cent face. In this deep dive, we'll explore everything from its rich backstory, key design details, and little-known variations, to how it could be worth more than $200 in today's collector market. So don't blink, you might be holding onto a tiny copper-plated jackpot. The Lincoln Cent, one of the longest-running coin series in American history, first entered circulation in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was also the first time a real person appeared on a circulating U.S. coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln Cent quickly became a symbol of American heritage and resilience. By 1996, the design had undergone subtle modifications, but its classic profile of Lincoln on the obverse or head side remained unchanged. On the reverse, we still see the iconic Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to replace the earlier wheat ears design. The coin bore the familiar motto E Pluribus Unum above the memorial, United States of America above that, and the denomination 1 cent at the bottom. But here's where things get interesting. The 1996D Lincoln Cent was struck at the Denver Mint, and more than 6.5 billion of these pennies were produced that year. Yes, billion with a B. So with a mintage that massive, you're probably asking, why would this coin be worth anything more than a penny? Well, stick with me because that's where rarity, condition, and minting quirks come into play. In the world of coin collecting, value is determined by a few key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. Most 1990-60 pennies floating around in circulation are worn, nicked, and discolored. These are typically only worth their face value. But find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially one graded MS67 or higher, and you're looking at serious money. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC use the Sheldon scale to grade coins from 1 to 70. Coins graded MS65 and above are considered gem uncirculated. The fewer the surface marks, the better the strike, the more vibrant the luster, the higher the grade. Now here's the kicker. In recent auctions, high-grade examples of the 1990-60 Lincoln cent have sold for over $200. One particularly beautiful MS67 specimen with red designation, meaning it has retained 95% or more of its original red color, fetched a staggering $239. That's right, a penny, worth $239. All because of its pristine condition and brilliant color. It's not just about age or design. It's about rarity and high grade. And trust me, finding a flawless penny straight from a mint roll or sealed bank bag from 1996. That's like finding a needle in a haystack. But they do exist. So what should you look for? First, examine the fields, the flat areas around the design. Are they free of scratches, contact marks, or dull spots? Is Lincoln's cheek smooth and full of luster? Is the strike strong? Can you see all the tiny details in the Lincoln Memorial, even the statue inside? And don't forget the color. A bright red copper tone is the collector's dream. But there's more. Some rare 1990-60 pennies also carry mint errors, and those can skyrocket the value. Off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, or coins struck on the wrong planchet can be worth hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars, depending on severity and visual impact. Double die obverse, where Lincoln's features, lettering, or date appear slightly doubled, are especially prized. If you ever see a 1990-60 penny where "In God We Trust" looks like it has a shadow, don't spend it. You might be looking at a mint error that could make your wallet a lot heavier. Even without errors, though, the best chance of cashing in on a 1990-60 Lincoln cent is through condition. Coins stored in rolls, sealed mint sets, or untouched proof-like bags have the highest potential. In fact, coin collectors regularly pay big money for so-called red cents in near-perfect condition. So next time you're sorting through your piggy bank or pocket change, pull out any 1990-60 pennies. Grab a magnifying glass, get good lighting, and examine closely. You might be holding a hidden gem, still wondering why a 1990-60 penny can sell for over $239. It's because collectors are always searching for the best of the best. Most coins that survive decades in circulation are scratched and dulled. Finding one that's still shining, still red, still flawless, that's special. That's valuable. So, what have we learned? The 1990-60 Lincoln cent may look ordinary, but high-grade examples are rare and in demand. Coins graded MS67 and higher have sold for over $239. Mint errors can dramatically increase value. The copper red color and flawless fields are essential for top dollar prices. It's worth checking every single penny you come across because treasures do exist in the smallest packages. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the hidden world of the 1990-60 Lincoln cent. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a coin that could make you rich. Let us know in the comments, have you ever found a rare penny in your change? And what's your most valuable coin? Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and always check your change. What if I told you that a tiny copper-colored coin that's probably hiding in your pocket change could be worth up to $235 today? Yes, we're talking about a 2061 cent Lincoln coin, a coin millions ignore every day, but a few sharp-eyed collectors are cashing in on. Welcome back, treasure hunters. Today we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked but surprisingly valuable coins in modern U.S. history. This is the complete story of the 2060 Liberty Lincoln penny, its origins, hidden gems, how to spot a rare one, and why it could be worth a lot of money. Section 1: The background of the Lincoln cent. Let's rewind the clock all the way back to 1909. That's when the U.S. Mint first introduced the Lincoln cent to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first American coin to feature a real person, and what better choice than the man who led the nation through its greatest crisis. The original Lincoln penny featured wheat ears on the reverse, which was replaced in 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. That's when the familiar Lincoln Memorial design took over the very design still used on the 2060 cent. The man behind this reverse was Frank Gasparo, a legendary coin designer and chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. He crafted the memorial image as a tribute not just to Lincoln, but to the very ideals he stood for: liberty, unity, and equality. Look closely and you'll even see a tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial. Section 2 Specifications and Mint INFORMATION. Now let's zero in on the 2060 coin itself. In 2006, the Denver Mint struck a staggering 3.97 billion Lincoln cents. Yes, billion with a B. That makes the 2060 one of the most common coins in circulation. So, how on earth could one be worth $235? Hold that thought. We're getting there. But first, some quick facts. Weight: 2.5 grams diameter, 19.05 millimeters composition, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper. A copper-plated zinc coin. Mint mark D, meaning it was minted in Denver, Colorado. Obverse design: Abraham Lincoln, by Victor David Brenner. Reverse design: Lincoln Memorial, by Frank Gasparo. Section 3 Why is this common coin valuable? Now here's the real twist. Even though this coin is extremely common in circulation, not all coins are created equal. Some 2060 Lincoln cents have been discovered with minting errors, rare strike varieties, and exceptionally high grades, and that's where the money comes in. Let's break this down. Point 1. Error coins: the real jackpot. Mint errors are like typos in a best-selling book. They're rare and collectors absolutely love them. Some valuable errors found on 2060 cents include: this means the coin was struck twice, slightly misaligned, causing doubling in the date, lettering, or Lincoln's features. These coins weren't struck perfectly in the center, leading to a visually dramatic off-center design. A coin that was cut incorrectly during the blanking process, leaving a portion of the coin missing. A die break between the B and E in liberty, making it look like it spells BIE. A known favorite among Lincoln cent collectors. Coins with these errors, especially if graded and authenticated, have sold for anywhere from $50 to over $235 depending on condition and severity of the error. Point 2. High-grade coins. The power of MS67 plus. Another major factor in value is condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS Mint State coins being the cream of the crop. A 2060 cent in typical circulated condition is worth exactly 1 cent. But an example graded MS67 Red RD, meaning it's uncirculated with brilliant red luster, can fetch $30 to $100. Push it to MS68 RD, and you're looking at values of $200 to $235 or more, as seen in auction records. The professional coin grading service PCGS and Numismatic Guarantee Company NGC are the top names in coin grading. If you think you've got a shiny, untouched 2060 penny, it's absolutely worth having it evaluated. Section 4 How to spot a valuable 2060 Lincoln CNT. So, how can you tell if your 2060 penny is worth something? Here's a checklist. This indicates it's uncirculated and hasn't toned to brown or red-brown. Look at Lincoln's cheek and jawline, where here drops the grade fast. Details in the memorial, Lincoln's hair, and the lettering should be crisp. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to inspect the date and liberty. Off-center coins are easy to spot and can be worth big money. Missing parts, strange shapes, or cracks are red flags for value. Section 5 Current market value and recent sales. You're probably wondering, what are people actually paying for these coins today? According to recent auction results and sales data, a 2060 Lincoln cent graded MS68 RD by PCGS sold for $235 at auction. Error varieties like off-center strikes and double dies have sold between $50 and $175. Raw, ungraded but brilliant red uncirculated examples can sell on platforms like eBay for $5 to $20, depending on the condition. So yes, a 1-cent coin that cost you nothing more than a glance could actually bring you a nice payday if you know what to look for. The 2060 Lincoln penny is more than just pocket change. It's a symbol of America's history, a gateway into the world of numismatics, and for a lucky few a small fortune waiting to be found. Whether you're a veteran collector or just starting out, keep your eyes open. Check your change. And don't underestimate that little brown coin, because one day, it just might be worth a whole lot more than 1 cent. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you never miss a coin that could change your life. Drop a comment below if you found any rare coins in your change, and we might feature you in the next video. Until then, happy hunting, and may your next penny be priceless.